honestly, the number 10 is still very surreal to me. I can't believe that it's been 10 years. Early on for me, even just like before Rescuing Life Cuisine, when I was part of the Two Birds One Stone, club at NYU back in like 2009, I heard about this as a club and I was like, oh my God, like I have to be involved and I have to be, doing this. And one of the first like rescues that we did from NYU dining halls, Bowery Mission was, the partner that we worked with, and people in line would literally tell us like, hey, like we missed the time for the dinner, and because of the food that people can bring afterwards, they're able to get a meal, and all of it felt worth it after that, and it just really made me feel like it's such a shame that just literally 15 minutes like before, this food would have been destined for the garbage. I mean, thinking back to it, I think the early times of Rescuing Life Cuisine were definitely really challenging. There were a lot of things that we had to figure out, and the uncertainty of whether or not I was doing the right thing, of whether or not I was kind of making this huge decision and taking this huge risk, and not knowing whether or not it's going to actually be something, and whether or not I was just wasting my time and I was just screaming into the void. Like sometimes, honestly, it felt like I was just screaming and making this big deal and people wouldn't really care, And that kind of uncertainty kind of happened again with the COVID, right? During the COVID time period, it was also just uncertainty, like all of this uncertainty of like what is next for the world, for us as a community, as for RLC. And so, that definitely was a huge challenge, and navigating that uncertainty was definitely something that was made possible by all of the different community members within RLC, our board directors, our associate board, our staff, our team members, our volunteers. Everyone really helped really step up and really meet the challenge head on, because it was a challenging time for sure. And it is very personal to me, and I kind of just grew up just naturally rescuing food whenever I saw it, right? And whenever I saw that something was going to go to waste, I would just take it home and figure out something to do with it, right? And making every effort to ensure that food, that precious food that is life-giving, truly is not wasted. And I feel like me just kind of growing up like that, thinking that food insecurity was normal, it really is full circle for me to be able to kind of figure out a way to solve this problem, because we produce way more than enough food to feed everyone. I think the main thing I want to say to all those attending the RLC Gala, and to all who have been involved in Rescuing Life Cuisine, I really want to say thank you, because truly, it truly takes a village. And when I look back upon the last 10 years, there's just nothing I really did alone, in that I sometimes felt alone, and sometimes felt like I was just screaming in the void and things like that. But when I looked back and kind of saw how many rescues were happening and saw how much impact was actually happening, I saw so many people who were doing the work on the ground, through the rain, through the snow, through the heat, and making it happen, and figuring out the problems along the way, and really contributing all their resources and skills and talent to problem. And I just wanted to say thank you, truly.